Hey, Onion back with Final Fantasy XIV Online. This is Heaven's Word main story quest with full text audio. We just finished up Bismarck, Limitless Blue, and unlocked flying in the area. So now we're talking to Sid to see what's next. Still level 57 part of the main story quest. Thanks for joining.
Thank the 12 you're alive, Onion. When that battleship appeared and fired on the village, we feared the game was up for you and Alphino. What in the seven hells happened out there? First the Archbishop turns up with an Ascian in tow, and now the goddamned Emperor pays us a visit? What is this, a procession of notable bastards? Who's next? The Keeper of the Seventh Bloody Gate?
No one so notable, Master Garland. I am happy to report that the Zundu were overjoyed to learn of Bismarck's demise. Chief Sonu sends his warmest regards, Onion. There was much talk of westerly winds.
Miraculously, none suffered lasting harm during the raid. It would seem the Zundu were taken entirely unawares, and wisely chose to offer no resistance.
I sense they have no more to fear from the Empire, for the present, at least. Had the Emperor truly been intent on their extermination, OK Zundu would already have been leveled. Plainly, Varus is only interested in reaching Oz's law.
Speaking of which, if you're all ready to continue the chase, the Enterprise is as well. Shall we? Lest you wonder, Wedge was able to calculate the heading indicated by the beam of light emitted by the key. If Oz's law lies in that direction, we'll find it. The Soleil may have a lead on us, but she's no Enterprise. We'll catch them, you'll see.
I did not think that I would ever have occasion to pilot a suit of Magitech armor again, least of all under these circumstances. My full name is Lucia Go Junius, and I was born a citizen of Garlemald.
Ah, that explains it. When we first met in Ishgard, I very nearly called you Livia.
Livia? Livia Sas Junius? The tribunus who served under Gaius van Baelsar?
Aye, she was my sister, though we spent little time together. After our parents were killed in an uprising, we were sent to live in different households, setting us on separate paths. Livia felt at home on the battlefield and chose to become a soldier, while I underwent training to become a spy.
Then, Ishgard was...
My mission. It was believed that Allagan relics of great worth were stored in the vault, and I was sent to investigate. Though I was given little information at the time, I now suspect I was searching for the key we but recently lost. And then I met Sir Emmerich. 'Twas his usefulness to my mission which prompted me to approach him, but I soon found myself drawn to him for other reasons. He too was a prisoner of his past, judged for his heritage as a bastard son of the Archbishop. Yet unlike my sister and I, he did not curse his fate. He simply rose above it. In time, I came to realize that I had found a man worth following, and a new home besides. And when I subsequently confessed all to Sir Emmerich, he was good enough to accept me into his service.
I do not question your loyalty to Sir Emmerich. 'Tis your loyalty to your sister which concerns me.
I have long been of the opinion that those who dwell in the past risk losing sight of their future. My sister fought for her convictions and for those she held dear. So do I. So must we all.
Well, I, for one, am happy to welcome a fellow Garlean to our merry band. Especially one who can make Magitech armor sing.
Chief, we should be getting close.
Once we break through those clouds, we'll be right where the light was pointing. Right where Azizlar should be.
Hold on, everyone! Look! I think that's it! Chief, is that... Allagan? Aye. There's no mistaking their handiwork.
What was that?
Some sort of barrier.
She won't hold, Chief! She's breaking up!
I've lost the auxiliary propeller!
Sid, it's no use! We must return to Ishgard and find another way!
God damn it all! Why do the Allagans always have to make everything so bloody complicated?
Ack. And we barely finished repairing the damage incurred during our skyfishing trip. On the other hand, any landing you can walk away from, as they say. I can only presume the Soleil passed through the barrier unscathed. That would certainly explain why the Vanu called it a key.
Assuming Sid is correct, and I have no reason to think that he is not, the Vanu's key is required to pass through the barrier protecting Azizlar. But even without it, we must find a way to reach the Isle. I shall have everyone convene at the seat of the Lord Commander, that we might discuss how best to proceed. As before, make yourself known to the guardsman when you arrive, and he will show you in.
Ah, you are returned. Sir Emmerich and the others await you within.
In summary, the Isle owes its lofty position to the industry of the Allagans. And we can be all but certain that the Archbishop and his cronies are enjoying the view from its top.
I see.
If we are to join them, we will first need to pass through the Isle's etheric barrier, which is, alas, more powerful than most. Powerful enough to make a mess of a perfectly good airship at any rate. As far as I can gather, the barrier mechanism draws ether from the surrounding environment and polarizes its elemental aspect to produce what is, in effect, a wall of lightning.
It seems plain that without the Vanu's key, any attempt to reach the Isle will end in failure.
Alas, the key was careless enough to leave without us, and I don't think the Vanu keep a spare.
Master Garland, based on your experience, is there no other way that we might breach the barrier?
Well, in the past, we've beaten similar barriers by nullifying them with elemental converters. But the one we're up against this time dwarfs aught we've encountered before. The Enterprise simply isn't large enough to bear the requisite amount of crystals.
I'm reminded of the quantity needed to nullify Leviathan's command of the sea. A veritable mountain of crystals that could only be borne by lashing 2 galleons together to form a twin vessel, scarcely able to propel itself, much less fly.
That said, we're not without options. If it isn't feasible to nullify the barrier, we might try piercing it.
How?
We create a ram of condensed ether and mount it on my ship. There's just one problem. I don't have the faintest idea how to build one. It's going to take a true authority in the field, I reckon.
Would that the Archons were still with us.
But yesterday evening, I chanced to find Mistress Tataru in unusually high spirits. Assuming I understood her excited ramblings correctly, she has acquired a clue, pointing to the whereabouts of one such individual.
An Archon?
Ha! Fortune favors the righteous, eh? Well then, let's not waste any time. While you go and look for our missing friend, I'll work on modifying the Enterprise. Her hull will need reinforcing to bear the punishment, not to mention a mount for the ram. Just you wait, my pretty. By the time I'm finished, you'll be an airship reborn.
Welcome back, Onion. How goes the mission? Did you manage to catch up with the Archbishop and his cronies? So, you finally arrived at Oz's Law only to find your way barred by some sort of barrier. Typical, but it's not all bad news. I've made progress in the search for our friends. Don't worry, Onion, we'll get to Oz's Law yet. When you fled the Victory Feast, you used the ancient watercourse beneath the city, right? Well, shortly after things went back to normal in Ul'dah, I asked Marshal Tarupin to have the tunnel searched.
A logical place to look. It was there that you lost contact with Minfilia, Thancred, and Y'shtola, was it not? Dare I ask what the Marshal found?
I don't actually know. Pippin's message just said that there had been a discovery, and that we were to come to the Hall of Flames at our earliest convenience.
I dare not think what it might be. We shall depart at once. Tataru, let Oriange know to join us in Ul'dah. He will wish to be present as well.
Yes, sir.
We are grateful for your assistance, Marshal Tarupin.
You saved her grace and father both. 'Tis the least I can do to repay you.
Forgive me my impatience, Marshal, but your missive mentioned a discovery?
Yes, of course. As per your request, I had my men scour the waterways. Almost immediately, we encountered a difficulty. An entire section of the tunnel had collapsed. With the mineral concern's cooperation, however, we were able to remove the rubble, which yielded the battered bodies of a dozen crystal braves.
Go on.
Be at ease, Master Alphino, your friends were not among the deceased. That alone is cause for hope. And then there is this.
Y'shtola's wand.
I had assumed as much. If I may, Marshal. "'Tis as I did surmise. Judging by the etheric imprint that lingereth yet upon this wand, it hath assuredly been employed in the casting of a most uncommon magic.
Namely?
The very first that man did conceive to traverse great distances, and the ancient precursor to all methods of travel that utilize the life stream, flow. The spell entaileth the reduction of the corporeal form into its constituent ether, that the caster might enter the life stream, and ride its currents thereby. Unlike the teleportation magics of modern times, it requireth not a lengthy incantation. That Y'shtola should choose to employ such a spell bespeaketh the need for haste.
All of which would suggest she managed to escape.
Would that it were so simple. Know that the scholars of Charlian forbade the use of this spell, and with good reason. The caster hath but limited control over his course. For every mage who came safe unto his destination, another would be set adrift in the life stream, never to emerge.
What? No. No, you can't mean.
Be not downcast, my friends, for there is yet hope. 'Tis like that Ishtola's passage hath left traces in the life stream. Could we but follow these from the point at which the magic was invoked, we may yet find her.
To the Sildi excavation site, then. Our thanks for your aid, Marshal.
Do not mention it. I shall pray for Lady Ishtola's safe return. Evidence of Ishtola's passage will have been made faint by time. But mayhap some few scant traces yet remain to guide our steps. The trail leadeth to the north and east, unto the bosom of the Twelveswood.
Are you certain?
Aye, there is no mistake, thither hath Ishtola journeyed.
And yet the Gridanians have reported no sightings. We must take this to mean she is still adrift.
If it be so, I do fear for our friend. Contrary to its name, the life stream is more akin to a raging torrent. Linger overlong in the midst of this maelstrom, and the ether that formeth one's soul shall surely be scattered, ne'er to be reformed.
We have no time to waste. Orianje, pray explore all possible options for reversing the effects of this forbidden magic. Onion, Tataru, we three shall press on to Gridania and petition the Elder Seed Seer's aid. It is said that the elementals perceive the life stream. If, as we suspect, Ishtola is still adrift in its midst, they may be able to find her. But if we are to appeal to them for assistance, we must needs do so through their chosen, the Pujal. It is imperative therefore that we speak with Khan Senna without delay. I have already requested an audience with the Elder Seed Seer. She will receive us in the Lotus Stand presently. We need but speak with the conjurer yonder to be admitted.
The Elder Seed Seer awaits. Pray follow me. Be welcome, my friends, and speak freely. I gather your suit will admit no delay.
It will not, my lady. Pray forgive the abrupt nature of our request, but it is a matter of life and death.
I see. As you say, we must needs act swiftly if we are to free Ishtola from the ungentle pull of the life stream. And as you have surmised, we cannot do this unaided. However,
in requesting the Elemental's assistance to find Y'shtola, you must needs be aware of one difficulty. A difficulty born of the fundamental difference between man and elemental.
That being?
In perceiving the world around him, man relies upon senses such as sight and sound. For the sake of convenience, he gives names to such things as are near or dear to him. Being formed of pure ether, however, such concepts are foreign to the elementals. Instead, They perceive by observing the ebb and flow of the energies of life. So profound a division cannot be bridged with simple discourse. The elementals' voices stir not the air, and thus reach not our ears, while our words are but wind to them. Though we seers can commune with them through feelings, naught that we can impart will serve to aid them in identifying Y'shtola. Nay, they must needs be presented with ether which is akin to hers. If you could but find a family member.
Oh! I know just the person! Y'shtola has a sister who came to live in Gridania. She told me about her once.
Oh, that is most fortunate indeed. Pray, seek this sister out then, and bring her to Evershade. There, we shall petition the Great One's aid in finding your lost companion.
If memory serves, Y'shtola's sister is named Imitra. She's supposed to be a member of the Sons of Saint Coinage. Anyway, she spends most of her time around Akalu Falls, from what I recall. Let's look for her there.
Yes? Is there something you require?
Lady Mitra, it is an honor to meet you. My name is Alphino Leveir, and this is Tataru Taro.
So you are my sister's comrades in the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. When I heard that your people were being pursued, I desperately sought to reach Y'shtola, but all mine efforts were to no avail. Now I know why. A forbidden spell, of all things. That she should be so reckless, but what's done is done. I thank you for bringing word to me. Needless to say, I should be glad to help. Though we were born of different mothers, our veins course with the same father's blood. I hope that this will be enough for the elementals. Come, let us make for Evershade at once.
Let us begin. Raya O, Arun, if you would. Hearken to me, O great ones. Pray give yourselves to the life stream, a drifting soul to find.
Please, Y'shtola. Please come back to us.
There. Now! A room has been readied at the roost. Pray, bear her thither at once. All that remains is to pray, my friends.
Oh, Ishtola. Just seeing her face again. I've been so worried. Ishtola is resting within an inn room. Though she's still unconscious, the signs are positive. The conjurers say she is in sound health and should awaken before long. Isn't that wonderful? Now, while we wait for Ishtola to wake up, I thought I'd take the opportunity to finish my little surprise for her. It's something I've been working on for a while now, in the hope that she'd one day return to us at once for just a couple more items before it's ready. I've already placed orders for these items. Could I ask you to retrieve them for me? One is with the Leatherworkers Guild and another is with the Conjurers Guild. Speak with Mistress Geva and Brother Isumien, and they ought to take care of you.
What is it? I am a busy woman, so be quick about it. If you wish to place an order, speak with Randall. I'm here to retrieve an order. For Mistress Tataru, you say? You come at a good time. I finished it but moments ago. It was no small coup working it to her specifications, but I did it nonetheless. Payment has already been settled. However did that girl come by chimerical hide, anyway? You need either balls of steel or a bottomless coin purse, and it seemed to me she had neither.
You are come to Stillblade Fane, the home of the Conjurers Guild. How may I assist you? Ah, yes, Mistress Tataru's order. As requested, it has been sanctified in the sight of the elementals. I know not what she intends for the staff, but it is a most singular artifact. Even one possessed of my experience would struggle to wield it.
Ah, you're back. You have the items, I hope? Ooh, it's precisely as I requested, a perfect match for the other pieces. Truly, Geva is a master among masters, and the staff completes the surprise. Thank you so much, Onion. Tee-hee, I can't wait to see what Ishtola thinks of the surprise. Lest you wonder, she's doing very well, and the conjurers have left her in her sister's care. Let's go and pay them a visit, shall we?
Ishtola! I'm so glad you're back!
Tataru. You are safe. Thank the 12. Something has changed about you, Alphino. Or mayhap the change is with me. I seem to sense the ether around me more keenly than before.
I am pleased to see you well again. Do you feel strong enough to talk?
Worry not. I am well enough.
Tell us then, what befell you after you fled the feast? We were told that there had been a tunnel collapse.
That was my doing. I brought the tunnel down that you and Minfidia might escape. At the last moment, I invoked a teleportation magic, in hopes of spiriting Thancred away at least. Needless to say, it did not go quite as planned, and I found myself adrift in the life stream. The others? Where are they? Did they not escape?
They remain unaccounted for. You were the only one we have been able to find. I am truly sorry. It was the Crystal Braves who pursued you that day. My hubris that led to our undoing.
No apologies are necessary, Alpha No. You are not to blame for what occurred. Know that were our comrades here, they would commend you for keeping the light of hope alive.
Don't worry. The others are alive and well, I'm sure of it. We just need to find them.
Indeed, Tataru. Let us find our friends and rebuild the Scion.
Ha! There is the Alpha No I remember. And I feel much the better for his return. 'Tis time I arose.
That reminds me. I have a change of clothes for you. I don't like to boast, but I made them myself. I learned how to weave while we were in Ishgard, you see.
Tataru has apprised me of all that took place in the aftermath of the assassination plot. It would seem I have been away for some while.
Yes, much and more happened during your absence. At present, we seek to follow the Archbishop to Azisla.
And you want for some manner of etheric ram to pierce the floating isle's protective barrier?
We do. Might you be able to furnish us with one?
A means to prise open a hole in an Allagan barrier. And one large enough to admit an airship, no less. Nay, I lack the knowledge to devise such a weapon. But I know of one who could. A leading figure in the field of etheric research, and one of the finest scholars ever to grace Sharlayan. Matoya, my former master.
In my youth, I had the honor of studying under Matoya. In the field of etheric research, she was without rival. I have no doubt that her knowledge will be of aid to our cause. The question is, will she share it with us? My master has ever been willful, the gods forbid anyone disagrees with her. When the Garlean Empire first marched upon Eorzea some 15 years ago, the denizens of Sharlayan were summoned back to the motherland. However, Matoya refused to join the exodus. To this day, she lives a hermit's life on the fringes of the abandoned city.
So it is to the Dravanian hinterlands that we must go. To the place of my birth. Though Alize and I were born in Sharlayan, our days there were short. We remained only until the Exodus, and I have not returned since.
Oh, so it's to be a homecoming, then? As fine a reason as any to go to Sharlayan, and it would afford us the opportunity to pay my master a visit.
Ahem. I believe you have mistaken our primary objective, Y'shtola. At any rate, the journey will take us through largely unknown territory. Let us first return to Ishgard and make our preparations.
Alright, this will finish off the level 57 set of the main story quest and bring us into a new area, so I'm going to pause here and join me in the next one. Thank you.